The spectre of CCTV cameras in the national capital and elsewhere somehow having a feed which goes back to Beijing, or if things go south along the LAC, suddenly people in the PLA can start monitoring what's happening is like a nightmare scenario. Ordinarily, we may not have been so suspicious, but after what's happened along the LAC, every single question needs to be asked threadbare. How concerned are you, Mr. Rudy, that a company that's been viewed with a lot of suspicion in Europe and the United States is the company that's supplying these cameras in the national capital, is the cheapest vendor available elsewhere as well, and therefore can spread its penetration? After what we did with apps, 59 Chinese apps being banned, do you think that ambit needs to be expanded? Rajiv Rudy.
Well, I understand your question, but I will have to call it myopic in the sense that when we have to look at China and the exposure of China, whether it's in electronics, whether it is in CCTV cameras, whether it is in telephones, whether it's the television sets which you are watching your show, they are all around us. And in that situation, if you say that in today's world they would be relying exclusively for spying on the cameras which are installed in Delhi, or maybe at any other place, is possibly saying that that is the sole source of information which is going to China, or for that matter anywhere else, with the GPS, with the internet, with the satellite surveillance. I don't think this would be an issue.
Not really, sir. Mr. Rudy, with respect, Mr. Rudy, with respect. One second, sir. One second, sir.
Mr. Like last, I'll put a question. Okay. Just a second, I'll conclude it. My only submission is, if you look at it, if you're talking about CCTV cameras, are we planning to put a pause button on everything, not only CCTV cameras, pause button that it's all over for us? Is anyone in the system capable of answering this question? Then possibly I would be in a better position to answer your question.
You're saying that CCTV cameras don't pose as much of a risk because that same information can be garnered from satellites. That's not really correct, because satellites go over a certain area, say for example once in the day, so they'll take some pictures. As they go past that area, it doesn't happen on a real continuing basis. With CCTV cameras, you've got real-time access. Wherever that camera is placed, you've got real-time access. Whoever has access to the server can monitor whatever's happening in that patch on a real-time basis. Does that not alarm you, Mr. Rudy?
Well, let's not threaten the nation with these kind of stories and say that I have discovered this morning that these cameras are going to bring peril to the nation, and then we make a story and say, oh, it's very serious and everything is compromised. I think it's calling too much.
It's not a story.
I think it's too much of a story to break and say that this is a revelation.
Okay,
it's a revelation. I think this we are going too far. I would not agree. Let's be intelligent enough to answer many things, and if you pose questions to me about a camera which has become a national peril, and the Chinese are watching us through this camera, and that everything is gone topsy-turvy, let's be more practical.
So you are saying be practical, don't be paranoid.
And we are all appreciative.
Yes, we are looking at what's happening. This is where I want to bring Rohan Gupta. Mr. Rudy's message primarily is we need to be practical. You can't be paranoid. These cameras have been around. Yes, it's true that Europe and the United States are looking at this company with suspicion, but we don't really know if the PLA has any access, and if we start thinking like this, we'll never be able to function. Rohan Gupta.
Rahul, I don't blame Mr. Rudy, as this practical approach of BJP towards China has landed the country in this situation. We now see that China, your reports are only saying that China has intruded in our country, and the whole BJP and Prime Minister are silent. This is the important point is, we just heard one of the experts, and he was very clear that when you are on this CCTV cameras, the output can go there. Now Mr. Rudy, he is not a super expert. Let us not at least argue in the technical aspect. There is a huge threat. Absolutely, we have to agree. And as Rahul initially told, that after what China has done, and I think he has broken the confidence also of Mr. Modi, because he is one of the Prime Minister of India who has tried to trust China, but I think they have backstabbed him badly. Today what's happening across border, across the nation. My point here is, if you see, Rahul, in 2014, the share of Indian mobile phones, the Indian manufacturer in Indian market was 45%. Today that has increased to 81%. One of the gentlemen on your panel, he told that yes, you never know. If the code is embedded even in mobile, the data can go there. So the threat is much bigger and much wider than what we are thinking. It's not about being practical here. We have to think about our country. Maybe your party can forget and have a lighter note for China, but country cannot trust China anymore.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.